this year for the State of the City, I thought I'd go out in the field and do a video of all the projects we got going. So come with me, let's go check things out. All right, so I'm here at the landfill with Keith Quinlan, our solid waste manager, and we've had to push out some pretty big increases, almost 15% per year for the next 4 years. So we thought we'd come out here and show you some of the projects that are going on and get an idea of why that's happening. One is we're doing recycling is becoming more and more expensive to process. We're also doing a gas collection system that was about a $2 million project, and we're also moving our organics into the green waste to help mitigate that methane gas as well. Keith, maybe you could tell them a little bit about the stormwater project that's going on?
We have a stormwater project currently under development here at the landfill. What we're doing is the hills above the landfill, we're diverting that water around the landfill, and the rain that lands on the landfill will go to an on-site basin where it's held so that the solids can fall out. And the project total on cost is $7 million, and that's one of the reasons for rate increase here at the landfill and solid waste rates, in addition to, as Dean mentioned, the landfill gas collection and control system.
And maybe we can go down and we can check it out and show it to you. So we're here at the settling basin. Keith, maybe you could tell us how this thing functions and works.
Yeah, so when a storm comes in and the rain that falls on the landfill has to be captured. It captures here, it falls into the, collected down the landfill, into these pipes and into our large basin where it's allowed to settle. And then the clean water from adjacent to the landfill comes down the pipe in front of you and just adjacent to the left here and is diverted around the landfill.
So this is all the clean water making its way out to the creeks and stuff. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about the regulations and why we're doing this again?
Yeah, the clean water has been allowed to settle. It's actually stormwater that's landed on the landfill. We've allowed the solids to settle out and the clean water is being discharged. This is a requirement of Regional Water Quality Control Board. We have to be able to handle a 100-year, 24-hour storm event. And we also have to improve the water quality as it's discharged, and this is one of the methods of doing that.
Well, thank you, Keith, for coming out here and showing us this. It was educational. It's good to know why we're getting these increases, and it's good to see that we're dumping clean water in our riverbed.
Thank you.
So today I'm here at the LOI Energy Center, and we're going to take a tour of this facility. And you're probably wondering why we're 5 hours north of Lompoc. Is because we own part of this plant, and we're going to go ahead and check it out. It's kind of nice to be an owner of the NCPA. It helps the city buy energy at a much lower rate. We don't have to pay for those big dividends to those stockholders. So this one I wanted to tour because this is a plan to convert this natural gas state-of-the-art facility to hydrogen. And you know, Lompoc, you know, being the owner of these facilities, gets to choose what they invest in. Right now, we are probably one of the greenest energy producers in the state of California. About 76% of our energy is carbon-free. So come on and join me. We'll go inside. Michael DiPercioli, he's the assistant general manager.
This is one of the generating facilities that Lompoc participates in. It's a very efficient plant. When it was constructed, it was the lowest emissions, most efficient facility created in this state. It continues to be a highly efficient facility. The fuel system is with these gas compressors over here. That's where we're bringing natural gas in. And so as a part of the hydrogen upgrade, what will happen is we'll add a blending skid here. And we'll bring hydrogen in from, we're looking to have a hydrogen production facility at our north. We'll bring the hydrogen fuel in, we'll blend it with the natural gas, introduce it to the gas turbine, and we'll be able to blend that with a much reduced carbon emissions. That we'll be able to just eliminate the natural gas out of it and have 100% hydrogen fuel burning in there, which then would mean we have carbon-free emissions. We'll have 100% recycled water from our neighbors supporting the hydrogen production, and then our production for the electrolyzers that produces the hydrogen will be coming from renewable resources. So the ideal scenario is we're going to have a renewable gas turbine fully by the time we're done with the development of this project.
So as we look at the energy that's going to be produced here, you know, Lompoc citizens should be really proud of the fact that we have for years been green, and it's kind of like everybody's kind of catching up to us. We've been doing geothermal, we've been doing hydro, and this compressor plant here, but we're also investing in solar. So it's important that we have a bunch of different avenues for us to produce electricity for the city, to keep those rates low, but also to meet the Governor Newsom's initiatives for going carbon free. Well, Mike, I wanted to thank you for taking us on this tour. It was very educational. I hope everybody at home learned something from this, and we'll look forward to the next video. Thank you, guys. So I'm here today at the airport with Craig Deerling, our Assistant City Public Works Director, and he's also our city engineer, and he oversees a lot of the big projects. So we wanted to come out here because we got a big grant from the FFA for $10 million to redo a lot of the runways and stuff. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you, Craig, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, great. Yeah, we're excited for these improvements to serve our community here at the airport. The city worked with the FAA for over 10 years to secure the grant funds. And by the time construction began, the runway lighting and electrical had already failed, so we're excited to have that working again. The city, like Dean said, secured almost $10 million in grant funding from the FAA, and the improvements include replacing and relocating the electric control equipment and panels, replacing lighting, signage, and wiring for the runway and taxiways, and repaving the runway and the north taxiway. We're excited to watch the community use these improvements and serve the airport for many years to come.
So this next segment's going to be on public safety. You know, when I think of police and fire, I'm more proud of this group than any group I could possibly think of. When it comes to service levels, they're second to nobody. And I think that really resonated when I was able to put the budget together. I was really proud that we're able to buy all the equipment that they really needed when it comes to patrol cars, to fire trucks, and all equipment that's just wore out, and I'm glad we were able to fund it. I was also really glad that we were able to fund all the positions. You know, for years, we held positions vacant in the police department to try and balance the budget. But right now we're running a balanced budget and we have all of them funded. And as a matter of fact, in the last 2 budget cycles, we're actually able to add 3 sworn officers. And you know, if you go out in the community, I'm really seeing a difference. And I'm really proud because this guy right here is making a big difference. This is Kevin Martin, our Chief of Police. Kevin, maybe you could tell us about some of the projects that police is going to do.
Yeah, we got some big projects in the work right now. I think probably the biggest one taking place right now is the radio upgrade. We're replacing the complete infrastructure of the radios in the city for the police department, all the vehicles and all the portables for the officers. This is going to take our technology level up quite substantially. We're going to be in a digital format now and encrypted, so those people that like to listen to the police department when we're handling calls are going to have a difficult time doing that now. Make our jobs a little bit easier. One of the other big projects that we have going on, thanks to the city manager and the council, is the body cam program. That's coming to fruition very, very quickly. We already have all the body cams in place, and we're working through the deployment of that and working the backside to make sure that it's designed and operating the way that we need it to work for the city. The next project, I think, was pretty substantial for the city budget, was the dispatch upgrade. Currently, our dispatchers are working in a room that is completely inefficient for today's call volume. The police department rolls on almost 40,000 calls a year, and there are 2 dispatchers working 24/7 to handle that initial call that comes in. We are working on moving the dispatch center from the ground floor to the 2nd floor, remodeling it, giving them updated technology, workspaces, and in combination with the radio system that we're changing to, this is going to be a perfect opportunity to make this happen.
Yeah, it's good to see our police being proactive instead of reactive and really making the community safe. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Dean.
Super appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I came to this department about a year ago, and my first introduction to the Central Coast was being introduced to an amazing group of men and women that was dedicated to the city of Lompoc. We were in the midst of some torrential rains and downpours. My first introduction to actually the work that they do was saving a pregnant female in the river bottom, which was an absolutely tremendous effort, really done by a small force of people that are making a difference on a daily basis.
Lompoc Fire is a great department to work for. We're small enough to where you can do anything you really want to take charge of, but you still run a fair share of calls. So You get a lot of experience. The camaraderie is great. You get to know everybody and their families. You get to work with a wide variety of people and have personal relationships with every single person within the department. You know exactly what you're going to get from each person on any given day. Having that personal relationship goes a long way when you're working and doing this kind of work. It's nice to know that you go to work every day with the goal to positively impact somebody's life. And a lot of times you don't even realize it. I think you look back at your career and you say, wow, we really had a huge influence on the outcome of certain calls. It's extremely rewarding to know that we've made such a positive impact in so many lives.
So thank you for joining us this morning. I am super excited because today marks a long-awaited upgrade and addition to our beloved Ryan Park. The new pickleball courts, upgraded tennis courts, our all-inclusive playground, and our exercise equipment are a great start to the redevelopment of Ryan Park.
Term goal of Lompoc to recover its parks. It's been the quality of our parks is a symptom of a quality city. So when our parks are thriving, it's giving hope to future generations. It's letting our kids know that we're invested in them. We want to see them have a good time and grow up and play in our beautiful parks.
Delivering on our request, not just at this park, but every park and around the city. We are looking better and better each day.
We're here at City Hall. We completed all the landscaping here. It looks beautiful. We've done Centennial Park for our 135th birthday. Ryan Park is the home of new pickleball, tennis courts, playground, exercise equipment. And we have Beatty Park, our first all-inclusive play structure on the Central Coast. And Thompson Park, new play structure, walking paths. And we are underway on some new campsites at the campgrounds. It is very difficult to fund park projects, but with general funds as well as an abundance of grant funding, we've been able to do all of this.
Yeah, I'm really excited about a lot of these improvements are being done with grant funds. Matter of fact, let's cruise over to College Park. Okay, so we're here at College Park. I'm here with Mario Guerrero, our Parks and Rec manager, and this is a Prop 68 grant that we're going to do here at College Park for a skate park. Maybe Mario, you could tell us a little bit about what this project's going to look like.
Yeah, no, we're super excited about the Prop 68 project. We're going to do a complete the rebuild here, and so we're going to have a bigger skate park that's going to be lighted. We're going to have a playground for the kids as well as 2 half-court the basketball courts, and we're going to have table games and ping pong and stuff for the entire the community to enjoy. We had many virtual meetings as well as in-person meetings where the public came out, and especially the young kids to help design it with all the different amenities. So it brings that little home feel that the kids around the neighborhood had a touch on the project.
So that's all I got. I'm going to send it back to you. Mayor Osborne can take over the State of the City. I'm going to teach these guys how to make some s'mores.
The city views itself not only as a good neighbor, but more importantly, an essential mission partner focused on the success of Vandenberg's current and future missions.